Hey there, you're watching CITAM Church Online, and my name is George Murichu. Today I want to share with you on how we can connect in a disconnected world. Just in case it's lost on you that we are living in a disconnected world, you look at the headlines, you'll see what's going on, you'll hear wars and rumors of wars. You'll see that even ecologically speaking, there's disconnection between humanity, human beings, and nature. And in various other ways, when we look at the advance of artificial intelligence and how we seem to be playing catch up, again, that's disconnection. On the social media front, we can see that despite the many platforms, those platforms of social media haven't been very social. They've actually been in many ways anti-social platforms. Yet we can connect, and part of how we can connect is in this very essential skill that I want to share with us today. We see this skill at play in marriages that work, in relationships that thrive, in couples who we would describe as couples goals. I'm sure that one of the ingredients in their winning relationships is this thing that we're going to talk about. And what is it? It's called empathy. Empathy is placing yourself in the shoes of another. It's seeing things from their perspective. It's identifying with where they are coming from. It's what James talks about or implies as he tells us that every person should be slow to speak, should be quick to listen, and slow to become angry. Now, whenever we are quick to become angry, whenever we are quick to speak, what ends up happening is oftentimes we will disconnect. We'll see disconnection not only in families, but also in organizations. We'll see it broader speaking in societies, in nations, and so forth. And soon enough, you have a full-scale breakdown. So empathy is such a critical skill, and it's difficult. When we talk about empathy, I place it as one of those exceedingly difficult things to do. It's like emotional heavy lifting. It's counterintuitive. Everything, every fiber in our being wants to be heard, to be listened to. But empathy is saying, let me hit pause on that and let me tune in to the thoughts of the other person, to the perspective of the other person. Let me try and see it from their angle, from their point of view. And when you do this, you begin to experience a heartfelt connection. The hearts of mothers begin to turn towards their daughters. The hearts of sons begin to turn towards their fathers when there's this bridge building thing called empathy. The question I want to pose to you today, two questions actually, is number one, where is there disconnection in your life? Is it in family? Is it in your friendships? Is it somewhere? You tell us. Think through that. And number two, what is it that you could do to make steps that can lead to connection? Remember, empathy is about placing yourself in the shoes of another. It's where you listen not to get ammunition on how to counter the other person's argument. This is where you listen to understand. As we begin to put this thing into play in our relationships, that's where the magic happens. That's where the sparks begin to fly. That's where relationships thrive. And that's where reconciliation happens in the case where you've had disconnection. And so I'm inviting you today to put that all too important ingredient into the mix of your relationship. It's called empathy. And this will enable you to connect in a disconnected world. God bless you.